All right, I want to show you two things about this tire project. Well, a couple things at least. First, if you're to this point, that's great. If not, if you're still having problems, the issues are probably in this initial sketch. So let's take a look at those. Okay, let me go normal to that. All right. The thing to pay attention to here, there are a lot of things dimensioned to the midpoint of this arc. Okay. That is a little unusual for what we've been doing. So pay attention to where those dimensions are actually going. This is to the midpoint. This 0.8 right here is from the outside midpoint here, of the midpoint of this arc to the midpoint of this arc, okay? And we have some tangencies and things there, all right? The other thing you'll notice about my sketch right here, I have all the dimensions that are on the document, okay, on the assignment, but you'll notice they're all on one side, okay? That is because I dropped in two center lines, okay, for construction. This center line is the center axis of revolution, okay? You can see what it is right there. It's 4, okay, 4 inches right there, which means we will have, it'll revolve and the diameter will be 8, right? The other, the one here is vertical, and this is so that I only had to draw half of this sketch. Okay, so I drew this part over here, fully dimensioned it, got it fully defined, and then mirrored it over. Okay, so that should help you out. If you need more help, let me know. But just know that is tricky. These two arcs are really tricky. All right, they're not easy. It's a new way. Normally we just dimension the arc. Okay, so new way of doing this. All right, let me get out of here. All right, the next step after you've revolved this, okay, don't forget also, I want a screenshot of this, the first part of this assignment. The screenshot I want is of this sketch, okay? I don't care if you have the revolve part, all right? I want this sketch. I want to be able to see most of your dimensions. I'm not worried too much about it, but what I want to be able to see is right down here. I want to see that it's fully defined, all right? I won't give you full points if I don't see that it's fully defined, all right? That may get you because that means these two lines also need to be fully defined, all right? But that's that's a big chunk of that assignment done once you get to there, okay? The next part of the assignment is to create some treads, all right? We are going to create a plane that is just above the top of our tire here, okay? I've actually already got one created, but we're going to create it again. The assignment says create a tread on a plane that is parallel to the top plane, 0.19 above the top of the tire, all right? So we're going to create a plane. So let's go in and create a plane. It's going to be right here, plane. Or don't forget, if you have the command turned on here up in your search, you can type plane and it will start the command, okay? So create a tread on the plane that is parallel to the top plane. So my first reference is going to be the top plane. All right, this is where it gets tricky. It says parallel, all right? Because we selected that plane, it is parallel, all right? It is parallel to that plane. If you go parallel here, we're gonna have to select more things and it's gonna become more difficult, all right? Create a tread that is on the plane that is parallel to the top plane, 0.19 inches above the top of the tire, all right? This is where you would need to do a little bit of math, okay? Or if you're watching this, you're going to get the answer anyway, all right? We know that from that point, the origin point to the top, we just created a tread that is 4 inches tall, okay? So it's going to be 4 inches, and we want it 19 hundredths above that, okay? So if I put 4.19 in there, right, it has now created a plane. Well, it hasn't yet because I haven't hit the green check mark. It will create a plane that is 4.19 inches above the top plane, which means it is 0.19 inches above the top of that tread, okay? Then I could come in here and I could sketch. I could sketch some treads. All right. One thing about the treads, I want you to look at this. On your assignment, the image is turned 90 degrees with all the dimensions for this. All right. All of the other pictures show how the tread should be. This is how the tread should be laid out. All right. Not vertically turned 90 degrees like it seems like it should be from the dimensions. All right. When it says create, duplicate the tread on the other side, what it means is duplicate the tread right over here. All right. So you're going to have one here, one here. All right. I've only done half of it so far, but you're going to pattern that. All right. You're going to create a cutting plane. If we look right here on the edge, we've got these high points. That's not going to work for tires. So you could just come in with a circle and do a cut to the outside so that these treads are all at the same height. Okay. The second main thing, though, that shouldn't be too bad. You'll be fine with that. The second thing, we're going to create one more plane. All right. I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. Okay. It's going to be 2.5 inches in front of and behind the front plane. I've only created one so far. All right. You could do them at the same time. All right. The tricky thing with this is I want to create a sketch there. The text. All right. If I come normal to this and I come to text. All right. And I start typing. Here is some text. All right. It just comes from the origin. All right. And that's not where we want it. That's not the size we want it or anything like that. Okay. So what we need to do is we see here it has curves. Select an edge. Okay. So if I select this edge, it will actually set the text to that edge. That's kind of a goofy place to have text. So what I would do, okay, in this instance, I would come in and I would set, that looks good. I did probably dimension that up, right? I will dimension mine to, 10.25 looks pretty good. All right. This part, you're pretty free to do what you want as long as there's text here. I'm going to let you come up with your own tire, logo, name, whatever. Now I have a guide. Okay, so I come back to my text here. I'm going to change the font right now. I'm going to change it to be 1.5 inches tall. Check the instructions, make sure if it has any information on here, like it needs to be bold or needs to be a different letter type. You go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to select the curve that I want. I want that curve. And now, okay, now you can see now the text follows. Okay. All right. But it's to the inside. I want you to play with these. You can see what they do. All right. That flips it to the inside of the arc. That flips it to the outside. This could be a line. This could be wavy. The text will follow whatever our guide curve is. All right. And now the text follows. All right. The arc. Okay, and that's pretty big, but that works. Okay. So all I would do there, after that, I would just come in and I would do an extrusion. Okay. Takes a second. All right. I want the extrusion to not be blind. I want it to go up to surface, and the surface I want it to go to is that curved surface right there. Okay. And now we can see that our text is all flat here, but it all extends to this curved surface. All right. And there's no text on the inside of our tire like there could have been. So hopefully that helps. A couple little pointers. All right. I want to see your tire treads. So first screenshot is going to be of the sketch, fully defined sketch of the tire. Second screenshot is going to have your tread. All right. And your third screenshot will be this one. right here, which will show the tread. So if you want to just do 2, that's fine. But I want to see that you did the text and that you've got the treads on there. Okay. So any other questions? Let me know. Otherwise,